The story opens in the heart of the desert, surrounded by towering rock formations, where we see a girl named Lucy and her companion sister attempting to climb a dangerous cliff. These rocks are steep and treacherous, but they must climb them, no matter what. The timeline then jumps 72 hours back, introducing Lucy with her fiancé David, a professional lawyer. They're on a trip to a Middle Eastern country, and their wedding is coming up soon. One evening at a restaurant, a man named Ben sends Lucy a dish anonymously and leaves without paying. She finds it odd but doesn't think much of it. Next morning, David cancels their desert tour due to an urgent work meeting. It's upset that David keeps neglecting her. Lucy decides to go on the trip alone. At the tour vehicle pickup point, she spots Ben again, who tells her about a secret scenic location in the desert and invites her along. Initially, she declines and boards the official tourist vehicle full of elderly people, but changes her mind and joins Ben instead. After a long drive, they reach a stunning high point overlooking the desert. Lucy is awestruck. The next morning, she wakes up to find that Ben has paraglided down, leaving her alone on the cliff. He leaves behind car keys and a note saying he'll wait at the bottom until she makes it down. Well, terrified but determined, Lucy drives the car down the risky terrain, finally reaching Ben, though she's furious for being put in such a stressful situation. Meanwhile, David arrives at the tour site and realizes Lucy never boarded the official vehicle. He panics and tries calling her, but her phone is out of coverage. Back in the desert, Lucy and Ben are trying to leave the area, but their vehicle gets stuck in the sand. With no cell signal, they can't call for help. Ben suggests they wait until someone finds them, but Lucy refuses, worried that David must be waiting. She grabs a bottle of water in her bag and sets out alone into the harsh desert heat. Eventually, dehydrated and exhausted, she's forced to return. Desperate for water, she drinks from Ben's bottle. Ben explains that they are truly stuck and must ration water carefully. He shows her a map, pointing out a place called Open Desert Paradise. It's 12 miles away, where tourists often visit. If they can reach there, help should be available. As night falls, they prepare to depart. Before leaving, Lucy marks their location with a note on the map in case anyone arrives looking for them. At this point in the video, the narrator addresses the audience, urging viewers to support the channel by liking and subscribing. 99% of viewers watch the videos but don't subscribe. Let me know if you want this turned into a YouTube title, description, or hashtags. Here is your complete English translation of the script in one long, cinematic-style paragraph, capturing all details from the Hindi version as the video continues. The narrator urges viewers to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Meanwhile, we see David going to the local police, explaining that his fiancée, Lucy, is missing. He even tries to bribe the officer, but the cop, being honest, refuses the money and assures David that they'll find her. Elsewhere in the desert, Lucy and Ben are still making their way forward. Over time, they've started liking each other, perhaps, because they're both similar in nature, and Lucy has grown tired of David's constant neglect. As they journey through the arid land, a violent sandstorm forces them to take shelter for the night. The next morning, they awaken buried beneath a layer of sand. When Lucy gets up, she's overjoyed to see a road in the distance with cars passing by. She wakes Ben and excitedly points it out. But as they rush toward it, they're devastated to find a massive canyon between them and the road, an impassable gap. They try to wave at the vehicles, but they're too far away to be noticed. Their water is running out, and desperation sets in. Lucy asks Ben if he could use the parachute to get across, but Ben tells her the attempt would almost certainly lead to a fatal crash into the canyon. Back on David's side, he tracks down someone who knows where Ben went and learns that Lucy was with him. That person agrees to help and sends 2 men with David to guide him to their desert location. Meanwhile, Lucy and Ben walk along the edge of the deep canyon for miles, hoping to find a spot to cross. But the canyon continues endlessly. Exhausted and now out of food and water, they collapse beneath a rocky ledge and fall asleep. When they wake, Ben tells Lucy he's going to try jumping the canyon using the parachute. But Lucy stops him. She knows it would be suicide. Instead, she proposes a new idea: descend into the canyon using the rocks and then climb up the other side. They both agree, and this leads to the scene from the beginning of the film where they are scaling the towering cliffs. As they climb, Lucy slips and dangles dangerously. Ben climbs back to help, but while trying to save her, he falls in. So does Lucy. Moments later, Lucy regains consciousness and finds that Ben is badly injured. Let me know if you'd like this as a YouTube description, title suggestion, tags, or a shorts caption. Here is the complete cinematic English translation. The next part of your script in one long paragraph, preserving the emotion, tension, and flow of the original story. Ben is now severely injured. He can no longer walk. Meanwhile, David and the two men helping him finally arrive at the spot where Lucy and Ben's car is abandoned. There, David finds Lucy's camera, which she had left behind. As he plays back the recorded footage, he sees joyful moments shared between Lucy and Ben. Misunderstanding the situation, David assumes Lucy has chosen Ben over him and intentionally left. Heartbroken, he decides to stop searching for her. In the desert, Lucy and Ben are seen utterly hopeless. They were never able to cross the canyon they had, slipped while climbing down, and are now still stuck on the same side. Lucy makes a bold decision. She will attempt to glide across using the parachute. After multiple attempts, she finally manages to take off, but just as she's about to clear the canyon, a sudden shift in the wind sends her spiraling down into the chasm. She crashes and falls unconscious. When she regains consciousness, she finds a mysterious young man standing nearby. She follows him and ends up at a tribal village full of people. Exhausted, Lucy collapses in front of them. After being helped, she tells the villagers that her friend is still trapped above. The tribe sends out a rescue team and brings Ben back to safety. That night, Ben regains consciousness and realizes he's alive and safe. Meanwhile, the two men David had hired finally locate Ben and Lucy and arrive in a vehicle, but David is not with them. Turns out, they have tied David up in the back of the vehicle. The men then ask Ben and Lucy where they should be dropped off. Ben says their car is still stuck somewhere in the desert, so they agree to go there. However, once they arrive, a new threat emerges: dangerous desert traffickers, criminals who deal in human trade. Shockingly, the two men who came with David are actually part of this human trafficking network. David, still tied up, remains a prisoner in the back of their truck, unaware of the dark turn things are about to take. Let me know if you'd like the next portion translated, or a title, description, or tags for this video. Here is the complete cinematic English translation of the final part of your story. In one long paragraph, preserving the emotion, suspense, and dramatic tone, the traffickers begin buying their captives. David and Ben are sold off for 2,000 dinars. When it's Lucy's turn to be sold, chaos erupts among the buyers. A violent argument breaks out and soon they begin shooting at one another. In the crossfire, all of them end up dead. Only one last trafficker survives, but just as he's about to take Lucy and the others away, Ben seizes the moment and shoots him dead. Of the two men who had come with David, one is killed in the chaos, while the other manages to escape in a car. Now, only one vehicle remains: Ben's car, which is still stuck in the sand. David desperately tries to dig it out, clearing sand from around the tires, but Lucy tells him it's useless. The car won't move. As Ben, now gravely wounded and barely holding on to life, watches them, he softly tells Lucy that if she lets the air out of the tires, the car will be able to move. Over the sand, Lucy is shocked and asks why he never said this before. Ben, with a weak smile, confesses that from the moment he first saw her at the restaurant, he fell for her. He says he invited her to the desert not just for the adventure, but because he wanted to spend more time with her. That's why he never told her he knew everything about the desert, every path, every escape route, because for him, her company meant more than escaping quickly. Hearing this, Lucy is moved. They manage to deflate the tires and finally drive out of the desert. On the road back home, Lucy takes off the engagement ring David once gave her and quietly returns it to him. The time she spent with Benthos, days of survival, courage, and raw connection meant more to her than any promises David had made, but never fulfilled. As they leave the desert behind, the movie ends with a quiet reflection on love, freedom, and the value of presence. And with that, the film concludes. If you'd like the next movie explained, be sure to leave your suggestion in the comments below. I read and truly appreciate every single one of them. Thank you so much for your love and support. Let me know if you'd like an English title, SEO-friendly description, or hashtags for this video.